What if I told you a story written 3,000 years ago perfectly predicted the chaos of modern life, not in vague prophecies or cryptic symbols, but in raw, human terms? Today, we're diving into a Bible story so eerily relevant, it'll make you question whether we've evolved at all or if we're just stuck in a loop. These words were written by King Solomon, the wealthiest, wisest man in history. He had it all: palaces, gold vineyards, even 1,000 wives. And yet, after chasing every pleasure, he summed up his life with one word: hevel. It's Hebrew for vapor, a chasing after the wind. Sound familiar? We've swapped gold for likes, palaces for Instagram aesthetics, and feasts for food pics that get 10 seconds of attention. Solomon's diagnosis? We're all chasing vapors. But here's the kicker: the Bible doesn't stop there. It diagnoses our chaos and offers a cure. Human nature hasn't changed. Solomon wrote about division, greed, and the emptiness of excess. Today, we've just upgraded the tools. Cancel culture, political polarization, Black Friday stampedes. It's all, nothing new under the sun. Even climate change mirrors ancient warnings. Isaiah 24 verse 5 says, "The earth lies polluted under its inhabitants." Swap polluted for plastic-filled oceans, and you've got a headline from 2023. But here's the twist. The Bible isn't here to shame us. It's here to save us. Solomon's conclusion: fear God and keep His commandments. Now, before you roll your eyes, this isn't about rules. It's about reorienting. Imagine a compass pointing you back to what's eternal: love, kindness, justice. Things that don't expire. Breaking the cycle isn't about rejecting modern life. It's about asking, what lasts? Fame fades. Followers disappear. But feeding the hungry? Forgiving your enemy? That's the stuff that outlives us. The Bible's not anti-progress. It's anti-illusion. It's saying, stop chasing vapors. Start building forever. So how do we start? Solomon's advice is brutal but simple. Be careful and guard your heart. In a world screaming for your attention, protect your peace. Unplug, serve, forgive. And remember, every time you choose kindness over clout, you're proving the Bible right and wrong. Right that it predicted our struggles, wrong that there's no hope. This ancient book isn't a relic. It's a mirror. And if you're feeling stuck in the chaos, you're not alone. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And tell me in the comments, what modern problem do you think the Bible explains best? Let's start a conversation that bridges 3,000 years and counting. Solomon's story is a cautionary tale for the age of excess. He built the temple, authored Proverbs, and dazzled the world with his wisdom. But in his quest to have it all, he accumulated wives who led him astray, wealth that corrupted his heart, and projects that drained his soul. His life is a mirror for our hustle culture, where more is never enough. Sound familiar? We're addicted to productivity, side hustles, and the grind. But Solomon's wisdom whispers, the sleep of a laborer is sweet, whether they eat little or much, but the abundance of the rich denies them sleep. Rest isn't laziness. It's resistance. Scroll through Instagram and you'll see curated lives, perfect bodies, exotic vacations, #blessed. But Solomon saw this coming. He wrote, all the toil and achievement spring from one person's envy of another. Our feeds are digital campfires where envy and comparison burn hottest. And what's left? Ash. Solomon warns that envy is a fire that consumes the fool. So why do we keep scrolling? Because we've confused validation with value. When Solomon wrote, a generation comes and a generation goes, but the earth remains forever, he wasn't advocating complacency. He was highlighting humanity's fleeting impact. Today, we're seeing the consequences of treating the earth as disposable. But the Bible's call to stewardship isn't about guilt. It's about gratitude. What if climate action starts with seeing the planet not as a resource, but as a reflection of divine artistry? We're more connected than ever, yet loneliness is an epidemic. Solomon wrote, 2 are better than 1, for they fall. 1 will lift up their fellow. But modern life prioritizes individualism over community. We've traded deep relationships for superficial followers. The cure? Vulnerability. Solomon's wisdom challenges us to invest in people, not personas. After all, A friend who knows your struggles is worth more than 10,000 followers who don't. Our culture worships productivity. We measure worth by output. But Solomon writes, I hated all my toil in which I toil under the sun. He realized that legacy isn't built through achievements, but through love. What if your purpose isn't to do more, but to be more? To be present, kind, and intentional. That's eternal Solomon points to. A life that echoes beyond the grave. The Bible's power isn't in predicting the future. It's in revealing the human condition. It shows us our shadows and our light. So the next time you feel lost in the noise, remember Solomon's lesson. Life isn't about chasing vapors. It's about catching your breath and maybe, just maybe, finding God in the stillness.